Hi guys, it's Gimme here. I just want to come and do a little behind the song for 4 subs. So, the year is like 2019, right? And I'm living in Puyallup, Washington, which is like 30 minutes outside of Seattle, right? And I'm at my friend's house. He lives in Tacoma. His name was Coy. And we are listening to YouTube beats after our rehearsals. So we come across this one beat by a producer named Zelo. And I'm singing. At first I'm like, 4 doors on a Cadillac, baby, baby. Right? I said 4 doors. And I was like, this sounds like some Pimp C shit. Like, this sounds like some ride shit for real. But I was like, I don't want to say 4 doors on a Cadillac. That's weird. So I go home and I start writing to it. And I'm like, 4 subs. 4 subs. That's the one. So I start writing about the subs on a Cadillac. And I'm like, well, I love the car culture. Okay? Because living out in Little Rock, Arkansas, every MLK parade, they would have, you know, them things on them swingers. You know what I mean? They had the caddies in full effect. And they would ride down in the line, swerving in and out of the lanes. And I used to love that shit, honestly. And I was like, dang, I want an old school so bad. But I never got one. Never got one. And it just put me back in that space. So I started listening to a lot of Bun B, Pimp C, Big Crit, Son. I was just listening to songs like, wow, like this really take me back for real. But I knew something about car culture, but I didn't know enough. So what did I do? I got on Urban Dictionary and I was looking up shit. First I Googled like words that are associated with Southern car culture. And it was coming up with all the things. And then I started Googling like the slang terms for these things. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna put that in the song. I'm like, bass super slump. What the fuck does that mean? So as I was looking things up, I was like, oh, okay, the bass is knocking. All right, hear the rattle in the trunk, make it beat, make it thump. Like you got the trunk rattling. Hit the switches in the slab. Hit them controls. Volume. You can control how loud the bass is. You can control the treble. So that's switches, right? Feel the heat, turn it up. Y'all know what that means. So I was sitting here Googling and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So it was a short song at first. So I go over to my engineer's studio at the time and I make 4 subs. And it was in the summertime of 2019. And I was like, ooh, this sounds so good. I loved every second of it. But I was like, they need something else. So at the end of 2019 or so, I wrote another verse, right? And I was living in California at the time. Because at the end of 2019, I moved to California. Right before COVID started. And I wrote the second verse, 12/14/2019. I don't know if it's messy handwriting, I know, but I got with my speaker speak, down repeat, turning heads in the hood because my sound's so unique. First I had hear me coming down the street, but I scratched it out. Do you see? I scratched a lot of stuff out and I was like, no, I'm gonna say this. And this was great. Like, this is the book, this is my old book. And I wrote it in that mug. And I finally got it done, but I never touched it after that for a long time. But I did put the song out in May 2020. And around the same time, my EP, Raw Sugar, came out. Because 4 Subs was on that as well. So I put that out. Actually, no, when did I put 4 Subs out? I think I put that out in April, May. I don't know. It was before the EP. The EP actually came out on my birthday, which is May 24th. And 4 Subs came out in April, I think. And I shot a video with Forever Lit Films back in Arkansas, and that came out in August of 2020. August 2020. That's when that came out. So then fast forward, I link up with Son, and we're in our, zone for real. We had a lockout somewhere in Atlanta. I forgot where it was. But I forgot their name. Anyway, we had a studio lockout, and we just vibing, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna put this track, I'm gonna put these lyrics on this beat. So I hit up Zelo, the producer, and I was like, can you make this longer, extend it? So he did extend it for me, and I put the lyrics on that beat. And I was like, I need a Son feature, because me and Son, I'm like, this nigga know, like the shit. I was like, that's that nigga, you know what I mean? I was like, if anybody can spit that shit, it's Son. So he was like, yeah, hell yeah, I do it. So I'm like, ooh, dope. I was like, this is dope because, first of all, it's Son. Second of all, I was like, well, what the fuck? I finally got it done in like, I don't know, 2024. Life started lifing, okay? Life got heavy for your girl, real heavy. And I stopped making music for a little minute. I was like, I can't do it. So then fast forward 2024, I started making music again, and I go back to Atlanta after everything had calmed down in my life, and he writes that verse in like 3 minutes. I don't know. Like he wrote that shit quick. We in the studio, and he just wrote it. I mean, recorded it fast as fuck. I was like, damn. Like, before you can even look up, the nigga was done. So I was like, all right, shit. And then I sit on it for a second. So I have his verse, my verse, and I didn't touch it really again until last October with my dude Emmanuel from 40 Recording. Shout out to you. He sat there with me, and I think that's like one of the first songs we made together for real. It was 4 subs, and it was dope. And I was like, oh, this is lit. So initially, I had the first verse from my old song, from the original, and then I had the second verse, and then I had Son's verse. But Son was like, hey, maybe you should put out the second verse, and the first verse is already out, so cut the first verse off. And I was like, good idea. So backtrack a little bit. I was at August Fest, and I played that song on my band, and I changed it. Well, I added a bridge. You see me rolling, you see me riding. Just know I'm flying and I'm fucking flying. Whatever I said. I said it on stage for the first time. I was like, I need something to fill this part up. So I used what I did at August Fest. I put that as a bridge on the song, and I was like, that's perfect, because I was only performing that second verse in that bridge. So I was like, I got a little time, so I did that, and that's how 4 subs came about. It's the remix at least, and then all the way backtrack. Back in Atlanta, 2020, Son got 4 subs, the original, because at that point it was just the original song. He got it chopped and screwed by my homie DJ Break 'em Off. So DJ Break 'em Off chopped and screwed it for me. And I was like, oh my God. And I ain't never had no chop and screw shit. I love chop and screw. If you know me, you know how much I fuck with chop and screw. I mean, my playlist is like a million songs. Anyway, that's disregard. If you want that chop and screw list, let me know. But I was like, damn. So, I put the 3-pack out, with the original, the chopped, and the remix. And that's all she wrote. The pencil broke. Be looking out for a little, a couple little verticals or whatever from your girl. Ooh. Anyway, thank you for listening to the song, streaming it, sharing it with folks, bumping it in your car, playing at the club. I appreciate it. Be looking out for more, because there is a whole bunch more in store. My name is Giving It Flow. This was Behind the Song. Peace.